Hi, this is McGarvelcuddy. We're going to be looking at some more Drupal stuff, but this time we're going to be taking a look at having an API that accesses the Drupal site, so that way we can have a sort of what's called a headless operation going on, where we aren't actually on the site, but we can access information from it. So I'm in my Drupal area here. We've got my site. I already had it open. Logged into my admin account. So here we are at the home page. And since I last showed this site, there have been a couple changes, mainly in the add-ons that I've got. So now I've got a JSON display section. So if I simply add on to the end of my URL JSON API, and I've got a formatter here as well added to my Chrome, so that way I can actually see it. Otherwise it would look like this, and it being parsed is much nicer, and it makes these links nice and clickable, all that good stuff. So we've got all this JSON stuff here, all this output, but what are we going to use it for? We're going to use it to access my information that I've put into the site. So we've got IST 413, and you can go there, and this is all nice, and we're on the site, but what if you want to access this from your own site? You don't want to have to come to mine to take a look. So here I've got a code pen that will basically show it shows our courses here. So I've got it set up. This is not directly associated, not with Drupal. It's simply accessing the Drupal things. So I'm using Iron Ajax here. So we've got our URL, and we're using the JSON API there, and then node title, and that was node title is found in here. Title was my original name for the course section, and since I have added actual data points into it, I'm not allowed to change it anymore, or it won't work properly with the rest of the site. So, word to the wise, make sure that your stuff is all properly named before you create your whole site around it. Anyway, so when you see title, that don't be confused. That should be course. I'm just dumb. So got title, node title, and here it is. So that just references our what is technically title objects. Title is the machine name, I guess. Other places on my Drupal site, it is actually called course. But this is all our information here, and it's got references to all the data that it is that we may want to get through our JSON API. So we're calling gets for all these, and we're going to handle as JSON. That just means that basically the language that we're going to be dealing with is JSON, so consider it JSON HTML. So once we've told it to do all that, then we've got our iron list container, and it's just has titles in it, which is courses in it, and they'll be displayed in a grid. So then we've got our card, which is how this, let me just expand that a bit. It's got the elevation and all that stuff that sort of makes it look nice like this. So then within it, our heading is the title of title, which is there, and then the image is title.image, and I am actually, this is the image here, and I am getting that, my JavaScript, it is coming from here. So this is a bit of where it's sort of parsing our stuff. We've got items.push from our data, title, attributes.title, data. So it's got a list of items, and that list of items happens to be all my courses. Grabs those, takes them as some data, and then goes through them. So then this here is a reference to on my Drupal site where I've got this image. This is the default image. I could go about having each of these have the individual image, but technically I never put an image into them, so they do all have the default image. So this is accurate. But yes, this just grabs the title, alias, if I had one, value, if I actually had that properly set up. But yeah, but that just populates this by having our stuff here. So then it calls course.body. Oh wait, sorry, that should be title.body. And now it is acting pretty strange. So I didn't actually set it up for this, so to actually have that properly set up, so I'll just leave it as it was. Cause it to work. Bad practice, but hey, got what we got. But yeah, so that's this area, title.image, populating from the JavaScript that grabbed it, putting it right in there for the card. And then, so then we've got these actions down here. I've got my reference and then my target, and target is simply path, which is described here. So the reference for each of these is their own course page. So IST402 Intro to Web Components should lead us to IST402 Intro to Web Components on my Drupal page, and it does. So then go back and IST100 412 should be 412. Yep. So it is grabbing the title.path from that in each one and just makes this nice little list that I didn't even have to be in Drupal to create. I just referenced my databases from Drupal. Alright, I hope I helped you understand something new, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.